Game number 1 of this Division 1B matchup is going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So, how are you doing, folks? My name is Morelando. We are here, CTL Sunday prime time. And you guys get me for the second day in a row. Had me yesterday afternoon for some mid-afternoon Tetris. Now we're here for some nighttime Tetris. At least for most of our players, it should be night. I know. We'll get some introductions going and talk about how it's not necessarily fully night for everyone. Yeah, let's get those player introductions going. On the left-hand side here, coming out of the United Kingdom, has a PB of 5,984,000. Is currently number 10 in the world with a 2164 elo. That's currently top elo in the division. It is SV. And his opponent on the right-hand side here, out of the United States, has a PB just under 3 million at 2,967,000, and is currently 24th in the world elo with a 2017 rating. It is Cryticalapis. So early on right now, about halfway through the level 18 speeds, SV in the lead by around about 3 Tetris. 325 here to 258. Adds another Tetris up to 348. Alright. Okay, Lapis's next box is like working on some pieces then not working on others. And I'm not sure the best way to try to fix this. Yeah. No sense trying to fix it in the middle of a match, at least. So yeah, early on in the season now, we're just about a week into the new CTL season here in season 33. And our players are just getting started. Cryticalapis and SV, both first match of the season, as we were saying. And Cryticalapis is actually going to be getting 2 matches done tonight. We'll be taking on Guafi after this. And he will also be starting off his season. So a fun opening night for some of our players here. And our last Division 1 player who will have not played a match will be Cobra up in Division 1. And Cobra also playing tonight. So everyone in Division 1 will have played at least one match after tonight's stream. But right now, approaching transition. SV gonna get a Vitz there. Has the lead still by about 3 Tetrises. 589 here. Gonna get a Tetris over 600,000 now. 612. Can get one more before the transition. Lapis in at 546. Gonna get a Tetris there up to 570. Tetris for SV into the transition at 636. Gonna slam down another one at 660 now. So SV in the lead, true lead, while also having a slight advantage in terms of lines. Is well, it's equalized a little bit, but was down around a Tetris worth of lines, so not too much of a difference there. But is up high, not up high, but has some digging to do here in the middle of the stack. Cryticalapis has a nice clean board. SV slammed down a Tetris there in column 2 or 3. Furo's off the bottom. Gets another one there, over 700,000, 725. Always trying to reduce the amount of lines you have to burn when down stacking. And might as well add a Tetris while you're trying to downstack. And Lapis and Cryticalapis trying to get some burns. Opens it up, gets a Tetris over 700,000, 724. SV, though, up at 810, gets a Tetris up to 839. What the heck? No, this one's aggressive. Nails a spin there. Both players set up here. Cryticalapis gets a Tetris there, up to 755. SV holding out for a bar, blocks the well off just as the long bar comes in, but opens it up in time for the next one, up to 873. Still keeping this 90,000 point lead here. There's another one. SV over 900,000 now, 910 to 823 here. Now has to address some holes here. Going to get a Tetris here, but hole in row 1. Gonna dig it out. This could allow Cryticalapis to get back into this. Nice clean board for him. Gonna get a Tetris there, up to 924. SV here at 982 on level 26. Tetris is into level 27. That's the max out, A15 for SV. Cryticalapis here. Gonna get a Tetris up to 992. Get 3 more here before going to the level 29 speeds. There's one. That's the max out for Cryticalapis. A27 now into level 28. Nice clean board here before the transition to the level 29 speeds. Get one more Tetris here. Gonna get it into 29 at A67 for Cryticalapis. SV running a left well here. Might not be the most conducive board to kill screen play. Gets it open. Gets a long bar over for the left well Tetris. Up to B73 now. Both players 1.1s. Oh, Lapis can't get that L over. Gets a long bar over. Getting some good pieces here to bring this stack down. Was holding out for a bar, just not coming. And Cryticalapis is going to be done at B26. SV at C31 now. Gonna take game number 1. GG's. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So our players here, our players are no strangers here to CTL. Starting off with SV here. Has been playing in CTL ever since Season 18. And other than taking Season 20 off and 26, has played in every single season with that. And all of them have been in Division 1, which is just incredible. Being one, just getting to start off in Division 1. That's always good. But has been able to stay there for all that time. Has not won a season of CTL, but did get second back in Season 21, losing to Gerald Freeman in the finals there. And has also won one of the parallel divisions back in Season 23, topping Division 1A back then. Most recently, last season was in Division 1A, finished second in that division with an outstanding 5-1 record, only losing to Blue Scooty, and was rewarded with the 3 seed in the playoffs, eventually losing to Alex T in the semifinals 3-0, but I heard that was an absolute classic of a match. And Alex T just went absolutely off during that game. But SV showing that he can do it, and we hope to prove it here this season here. About halfway through the level 18 speeds here. SV at 298, Cryticalapis 335 in the lead by roundabout Tetris and a half, Tetris and 2/3. Now, Cryticalapis, on the other hand, has not been in CTL for as long, but has had a nice journey. Starting off in Season 27, debuted in Division 3A, and was in Division 3 for a few seasons there, before getting promoted up to Division 2 in Season 29, going undefeated in Division 3B. And then in Season 30, also went up by getting second in Division 2B, going 7-1 though, and getting one of the automatic promotion spots there. And then past 2 seasons has been in Division 1. Most recently last season, also in Division 1A, finished 3rd in that division behind Blue Scooty and SV, getting into the playoffs, where he had to go up against SV once again, and got knocked out in the first round there, 3-1. So hoping to get a little bit of revenge from last season here. And a tie game. Oh, we had a tie. We had an exact tie for a sec. Ooh. T doesn't get all the way rotated there for Cryticalapis. We'll get a Tetris over. But we are essentially tied now, within a few thousand. Although SV gonna get another Tetris there, as Cryticalapis has to deal with that misflip on the left there. Nice little flat burn there. 469 hanging out for Cryticalapis. 462 for SV. Gets a Vits, but has a T-spin. Gonna have to fill it in. T did not come. Gonna get a Tetris here. SV a little bit of a rough board here before the transition. Just gonna go in with those burns at 488. Cryticalapis in at 494. So we are off now in the level 19 speeds. SV building 2 off the bottom gets a Tetris there. Gonna continue to just build dirty here. There's another one. Tetris to 545. Cryticalapis cleaned up the board now, though. Gets another Tetris there, up to 534. Ooh. Has to fill at the middle there. Was it blocked off the right? But gets it open. Tetris for Cryticalapis up to 575. SV here at 589. Looks to be wanting to finally clear out those two rows of garbage down at the bottom. And can set up dirty here in the middle in column 5. Will be doing so. Now just waiting on the long bar. This bar is not coming, Yao. 30-piece drought to start. Ends up being 34 pieces. Neither player can use the bar for a Tetris. Cryticalapis was able to use the next one, though. SV still has this center well blocked off. Trying to find an efficient way to solve it without putting too much weight on these holes. But just keeps getting the wrong pieces. Ooh, setting up here in the middle in column 4 on top of that already dirty center well. Just doesn't get the bars at the right time. Is going to burn it away. But now sets up in column 8. Going to get a Tetris. But all that burning has put SV back by about 100,000. Make that 80 now with a Tetris. But 698 to 778. Cryticalapis is in the lead here on level 26. Tetris SV, Tetris Critical. Keeping this now about 80,000 point lead. Tetris both players. SV trying to build dirty here to just keep the efficiency up. Who was one short of being able to get a Tetris there. Is set up here in column 8 once again. Tetris SV. Both players now very close to the level 29 speed increase here. SV burns away. Both players can get one more Tetris here. Cryticalapis will get theirs. 991. SV at 851. So down now by about 140,000. Gonna really need to get into this on the kill screen. Critical gets another Tetris. Is at 842. SV not even at 900,000 yet. But bringing this stack down. Cryticalapis, nice clean stack. Set up for it. Gonna just burn it away. SV finally gonna get access to all those holes. Can now start building up again. Set up for the Tetris. Oh, can't get that S over. Gets the long bar over. But now has to keep digging. 974 to 885. 100,000 point difference here in Cryticalapis' favor. But SV set up once again. Our players in a drought. 35, 36, 37. 38 pieces. SV succumbs to it. Next piece would have been a bar. Cryticalapis gonna get it there. Up to B49. And is going to go and tie things up 1-1. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, that actually does look to have fixed it. That looks good. Nice. Hooray for technological advances. So yeah, our two players here, a little bit of history with each other, as we talked about during their CTL histories. They were in the same division last season in Division 1A in Season 32 there. During the actual division stage, SV was able to get the better of Cryticalapis, took it in a sweep 3-0, and then of course was able to continue on to that in the playoffs with a 3-1 win over Cryticalapis. And they have played each other one other time, all the way back in October of 2024 in round 1 of CTM Challengers. You guys remember when Challengers used to exist before Vandy killed it? No, it's okay. It's okay. But in that matchup, closest that Cryticalapis has had to a win, forced a decider, but SV was able to pull it out in the end with a 3-2 win that month. So Lapis will be looking to get his first win here. So about 50 lines in here. 254 for SV. Cryticalapis, a little bit of indecision there on the T piece here at 186. Gonna have to spend some more time digging that out. But that's a really nice L piece there. SV set up on the left, but has a hole in the bottom there. So it wouldn't have been a Tetris. Now I'm gonna have to spend some time in a dig. Cryticalapis now, nice clean board. Gonna get a Tetris out of it. 215 for Cryticalapis. SV at 273 now. All right, 269. Hey now, Cryticalapis gonna get a Tetris to 291. SV here, 326, 420. Gonna add another Tetris. All the fun numbers showing up right now. Both players continuing to stack well here. Look, Lapis has a hole in the stack here. Gonna have to open this up. We'll get a Tetris out of it, but now is a hole in in row 2. I'm mixing up rows and columns, unfortunately. But Cryticalapis is going to build on row 1 now. SV building on row 2 here. So both players slightly dusty Tetrises. And Cryticalapis has brought this back. 419 to 496 now. I don't know what to make of that time. Right about transition here. Both players, one Tetris to go. Cryticalapis blocking off the right well here. Opens it up in time, but has some holes in the stack. Gonna go in at 449. SV in at 491. Cryticalapis gonna have to spend some time digging here. Gets that nice L tuck on the going left to right. Now could set up for a left wall here. Will do so. Gonna get the bar. Tetris on the left. 509 for Cryticalapis. Gonna keep going here. Was trying to get that perfect well transfer. It didn't show up. And now we'll spend the time burning this down. Can go back to the right well now. SV, meanwhile, also playing on the left. Gonna get a Tetris there up to 586. So has about a Tetris and a half lead right now. Both players continue to stack well. Nice T-tuck there. Oh, and sets up the 5 below. SV, great stacking there. 730 here for SV. Cryticalapis, 663. SV with another good adjustment there for the square piece. Gonna get another Tetris. 2 Tetris lead here as we are about halfway through the level 19 speeds, heading into level 25. Players staying pretty close with each other in terms of pace. Ooh, but Cryticalapis. Some indecision there. Now has a few holes in the stack. Gonna need to burn them down before he can start building up again. SV gonna take advantage. Now 100,000 point lead. Gets a Tetris there up to 928. Adds another one there, 961. Players only a level and a half away from the level 29 transition here. Ooh, SV gonna need to do some digging here right before the changeover here. Cryticalapis looks to have cleaned things up just in time. Transitions at 860. SV at 806 now. Gonna go in there with those burns. Not the best board, but is diggable. Cryticalapis set up for a Tetris here. Gonna get a Tetris there up to 909. Down by 116,000. But, ooh, could have gotten set up. It takes the burns. Trying to keep this board manageable. Now SV has dug out, is getting ready, set up for a Tetris. Gets the bar. 881 to 961. Ooh, Cryticalapis can't get that bar all the way left. Can't get that next one. Gonna be done at 961. So SV gonna add in some more Tetrises up to B26. Gonna take it there. Gonna go up 2-1. Two, one. Tetris! Both of our players here, no strangers to live events. and just doing as many events as they feel like. SV coming has a few different wins on the circuit. Of course, won CTL 1A back in season 23, but has a few more online titles. Won CTM PAL in 2023. Won Masters in January 2023 and Challengers in that October 2024 month, in which SV was able to beat Cryticalapis there. And has also added Classic Tetris UK in 2024, getting a win there. Cryticalapis, no wins in the highest of profile events, but some good finishes, including a 5th to 8th place finish in the 2025 Hartford Regional, losing to Meme 2-1 there in the quarterfinals. And has a few 9th to 16th finishes in events such as Boston 3 parity and 2 Boston 2 parity, as well as Philadelphia from last year, also losing to Meme. Has a habit of losing to Meme, it seems. And then has also made it in the 9th to 16th range in a few different CTM months, August 2025 and CTM March 2026, almost beating Dog playing Tetris there, losing in a decider. Some good finishes, some great things to come for Cryticalapis, for sure. So about halfway through here, 353 for SV, 314 for Cryticalapis. Players keeping pace with each other so far. Yeah, so I have not had the pleasure of getting to meet SV. SV has not come to the New England regionals. I know we had Dan V back at the original Boston Tea parody. Of course, we've had 2E the last few events, both at Hartford and at Boston 3 parody. But I have had the pleasure of getting to meet Cryticalapis at Boston events and Hartford events, so great players, great people. Hope to see them both doing well. Hopefully we'll see them both at CTWC. You know, maybe you want to help get our players CTWC. One way you can help by doing that is by contributing to our Matcherino to help increase our prize pool, and maybe our players can use some of that prize pool money to help get themselves out to Pasadena in June, right after this CTL season, basically. If you want to do exclamation point Matcherino, that would be fantastic. We still got some contribution codes as far as I'm aware. Yeah, we still got half of our contribution codes there. 25 of them left to go. It'd be fantastic. You can join some great people. Shout out the man Ronkley, just coming in with a nice donation of $34.64, saying shoutouts to Morelando for taking over Sunday primetime and letting my voice recover. So thank you, Ronkley. Let me step up and take control here. No. But that has brought us to a nice 6-7-6-9. So if you want to ruin the brain rot, then please at least claim a contribution code and we can go back to being normal. SV transitions at 584. Gonna get some more points here. Up to 610 with that Tetris. Cryticalapis at 620. Gets the nice T-tuck there. I mean, no good spot for that square. SV get another one up to 662. Ooh, beautiful stack. Nice flat eye tuck there. At that point, is it the eye piece? Because it's a lying down eye. I mean, there's no letter that looks like that. Both players, slight digs right now. SV gonna get a Tetris, but now has 2 holes in column 1. Nice L piece to get access to him. Up to 739. Cryticalapis 766, so in the lead here by around about a Tetris. So yeah, folks, you want to be like, even our own competitors. Shout out Cold Bucket, who is now gone and claimed 3 different contribution codes. Our players are donating to themselves, so why don't you help them out, you know? SV, ooh, both players running into a drought here, and SV getting a little high. Cryticalapis has kept this board nice and clean. SV gets that T over. That was bar dependency, gonna plug it. Cryticalapis up high here, 48, 49, 50 pieces. And finally gets a Tetris, 911 for Cryticalapis. SV back at 826. But doing a real good job. Has almost burned out of this, just needs one more piece. Gets it. And now game doesn't reward him. No bar. Finally gets another one to open it back up. Get one more Tetris. Goes into level 29 at 888. Cryticalapis already at A79. So SV down by almost 200,000. Gonna get a Tetris here on level 29. Cryticalapis can get one more here on level 28. Gonna just burn into the level 29 speeds. At B35, and SV board is climbing. Can't get that T over. Gonna be done at 944. So Cryticalapis. Great game 4. Has forced a game 5, folks. And you know what? That's right. You know what time it is? It's time for the decider. You're right, Ronkley. I was muted because I was unwrapping a Reese's egg. You're so right. Oh, SV's up high here. Good flat burns there from SV. Gonna get a Tetris there. Yeah, I was on mute. I needed a little snack, you know. But yeah, I want to address. Tyler was saying they call him Triple Dipper Ty. He wants it so bad. How do y'all feel about the Triple Dipper from Chili's? Because, like, I think it's great. But they've gotten rid of some of the apps that I used to like. Yeah, King. My choices are very, very confusing. Okay. See, the thing, at least on my stream, the water sipping is like part of the appeal, you know? 118 here for SV, 178 for Cryticalapis with that Tetris. Plus, don't you want to know if someone's hydrated? I don't know. I've been seeing like on TikTok, there have been people that have like gone to Zara Larsson concerts, and with her singing Midnight Sun, which, shout out Zara Larsson, great music there. But the compliment that people have been giving on people's videos of her singing is like, wow, she sounds so hydrated. Which, as a fellow singer, it's like, yeah, I would want people to think that my voice is, you know, well lubricated and that I sound good. So I'm trying to force you guys to think that my voice is being hydrated by having water. $264 here for SV, gonna get a touch up to 288. Cryticalapis at 320 now. Ooh, set up here in column 6. 4 rows off the bottom. Dirty Tetris for Cryticalapis. Ooh, Cryticalapis getting a little high here. What do you mean the Reese's what? No, I'm a classic Reese's egg guy. You know, Reese's just bog standard Reese's eggs are some of the best Easter candy. You know. Okay, I got snack size ones at first, and then I got some larger ones for the actual holiday. I didn't mind the snack size ones, to be honest. The snack size Reese's eggs were also pretty good. I still think the ratio of peanut butter chocolate at any Reese's product is best in just the regular Reese's egg, though. And what else is a good ratio is good points to line ratio. SV gonna get up to 503 here. Cryticalapis at 491. Blocks off the well as the long bar comes. Waiting on another one here. There it is, Tetris. SV into transition 550, adds another Tetris up to 574. Cryticalapis at 563. All right, players trading Tetrises here. 549 for SV, 638. So, sorry, 649 for SV, 638 for Cryticalapis. Less than Tetris separating them. Both players running into a little bit of drought. Both players coming out of it. 680, 670. SV adds another Tetris, though. Is slightly ahead in the piece sequence. There we go. That's how words work. Slightly ahead in the piece sequence. At 164 lines. Holding out for a bar here. And gets a Tetris. Cryticalapis Couple of pieces, needs to use the long bar to open the well back up. Gets it, 7. Now make that 803 for SV, 758 for Cryticalapis. Gonna get another bar up to 792. Players keeping pace with each other here. Tetris, both players, 866 to 824. Cryticalapis, same, is just under a, it's about a Tetris back in terms of lines, but a little over a Tetris back in terms of points. So SV, the slightest of slight leads as far as pace is concerned. Cryticalapis, Tetris there. Both players over 900,000 now. 966 to 923. Really close to cider here. Cryticalapis, Tetris. 971 to 957. SV has to do some birding in the middle. Cryticalapis going to take the lead at 991. SV max out, A14, Cryticalapis, A27. SV 1 Tetris away, but is just going to have to take some burns, it looks like. In at A57, Cryticalapis here takes a burn, B00. One more Tetris available. We'll go into 29 with the next burn lines. And with those burns, Tetris right after. B39 for Cryticalapis. SV set up here for a Tetris. Can't get that T all the way over. Gonna have to bring the stack down. Gets that long bar all the way over left. Cryticalapis set up, burns away just as the bar comes, but sets back up for the next one. C33 to B33, 100,000 points for Cryticalapis now. Ooh, getting a little high up here. Getting some good pieces, though, to bring the stack down. Both players have not made it that far. No players hit super kill screen today. SV gets a Tetris up to C19. Cryticalapis is going to need some good burns here. Perfect long bar there. SV Tetris C70 to C90 has brought this back to within a Tetris, but Cryticalapis gets one up to D32. SV set up for another one. But where's the bar? What is this drought? 31 pieces, and SV closes off the well. Gonna be done at 1.279 million. Cryticalapis now. EO7. Gonna take it. Gets his first win over SV. And you know what that makes you? That's right, it makes you the winner! Woohoo! Tetris Floxai, 735 to 761. She's definitely come back, and I get a Tetris takes the lead at 764 by less than a Tetris. By only like one line's worth of points. But Tetris Time finally recovers back-to-back Tetrises. Floxai gets one of them back.